What's good? It's Music Nick. Today, we're talking writing melodies. I have a simple, easy trick, sort of method, like revelation that I had recently that I want to share with you and pretty much put into practice and show you what I'm talking about and make a beat using my little trick method that I'm going to teach you today. So since that's what the video is about, let's get right into it. Here is the trick that I'm talking about. It's about chords and transitioning between chords. It sounds really sort of dumb and simple when I say it, but I want to show you what I mean when I say it's all about chord progressions and melodies transitioning between those chords. I'm going to show you what I mean. So let's make a beat right now, write a chord progression. I'm going to talk through it. Let's make this melody. Step one on all melody tutorials. Open up your sampler, go up to this stamp tool up here. You're not going to be able to see it because of the way my OBS records, but you're going to have this drop down menu when you press it. Go down to the melodic scales section and then find minor natural aeolian. And you're going to want to take that, and I'd like to put it all the way up and down on here. Always going to be in key now. There's no way they're not going to be in key. And then let's get this 8 bars. We'll go for 8 bars. So now we have that. We got our ghost notes on. Ensure that you have your ghost notes on. It's Alt and then V. So that's whether or not I can see what that scale that I put on the sampler. So make sure you have that on. We're going to write our melody today in FL keys. So that's all we need. We got our C minor natural aeolian. We can transpose it later. And then we got FL keys. That's what we're going to start in. My BPM on 160, you know, just like not too crazy. Let's go in here. So we're in C. So let's just start super simple. Make a chord starting on C. We're just, with our C minor natural aeolian, we can just skip a note and it's always going to like create a chord. Just skipping one note and you experiment. You know, you always be in key. Find what sounds good. Alright, so I'm gonna try to make something that's not like right on like the bars there. So this is gonna go a little longer into like this next snare, and then let's go. So we just had to experiment a little there. We just made a few chords, inverted them. So now we've kind of got this consistency right here. Just changed a few things around, experimented there. That sounds kind of good right there. So we got some nice tension in that chord progression, some nice emotion. Bring it over here and let's just do one variation on this end. Just subtle, we just kind of switched the position of those notes, just kind of gave it a different vibe for the second half. But now we just got this simple chord progression to start things off. So like I said, we're going to do our melodies are just going to be chord progressions and then top lines transitioning between them. So it's pretty easy just to start writing in chords when you have your ghost notes on. You just skip a note, just kind of experiment until they like sound good, and then we put in a variation. Now we have this nice little emotional thing. Let's make our transitions between the chords. So All right, so kind of doing little things that would like play off of like the full things here. So we could continue if we built this chord up here, skipping notes, it would go right here. So we could then put that in and go. But I think it sounds way better if we don't have that note in there and then let it get there after. So then we could also have that note right there, which like continues that chord, but now it sounds better without it. Little transition note right there to bring you into the next chord. Another transition. Alright, so now we kind of spice it up a little bit there. We got a little bit more action in the simple chord progressions now. Just simple stuff. So we're just breaking it down piece by piece into manageable little bits. Don't gotta envision the whole entire chord progression at once. Bit by bit. So we have the chord progression, adding a few little accenting notes, made a transition between a little better. Then we'll do a little bit of variation in the second half again, like we did last time. Alright, nice. So we just added a few other little accenting things there. And what's nice about the minor natural elements, so see right there, we had that nice little tension right there, because you can see there's two spots in this scale where there's going to be two notes right next to each other, right there and right there. And those two spots are opportunities for a lot of tension. So that last note right there, going up into that first one right there, creates some good tension that we like to resolve going into the start of it again. So tension right at the end into resolution. All right, and now we're gonna add in one more layer up on top of all this. So we had our chord progression, we added some accents to our chord progression, now we're going to add some accents to our accents. And it's going to be one big old thing. That's just kind of crazy, but let's see how it just sounds in the second half as accent, and that might be a little too much. that's our melody there. So our basic chord progression, added some accenting stuff to it, and then added some more accenting stuff even higher up, and then we just made it like a little thing for the second half there. We could even make this twice as long and have everything be like half as often, and like just depending on how you want to like parse it out. Probably depends on like your tempo, how often you want things coming in, but this sounds pretty good for now. Let's get this into like a real omnisphere or something and see how it sounds in there. Let's grab a random sound that I've created. I've only created a few, but let's see how they sound. Let's copy paste this in here. We'll mute that. Let's throw this. Let's grab our mixer just in case. There it is. That's your melody trick. I think it worked. Break it down into manageable pieces. Get your chord progression, which is going to dictate those notes that you put on top of it. Once you know what notes you're going to put on top of it and you already know your chord progression, just add some accenting things to transition, add some more accenting things on top of that. Eventually it all comes together. Break it down into manageable pieces. And a nice tip, you know, Jordan Peterson has a quote. He says, well, it's not his quote actually, but that's probably just like anybody's quote, but like, you know, pick the low-hanging fruit first. So the chord progression is probably the easiest. Like we said, we just pull up those ghost notes and just every other note, and you get a chord. Experiment a little bit, get something that sounds good. Don't go too crazy, you know, because you're going to accent it and go add stuff all over on top of it. So you make every little piece of it as simple as possible, and it all comes together to make something dope. So that's the essence of my trick. So hope you like that method, because I think it worked out pretty dope, because just threw this one sound on it and I'm already fucking with this. I'm going to throw some jumps on this real quick and we're going to call that the video. So thank you for watching, man. Let's finish this out. And now at this point, we're like putting in the 808. We can just delete that original sample with all those ghost notes on it. We got all the notes of the whole entire beat right here. Like, we're set to go. Alright, that's the beat right there, man. So my mastering chain, for people asking, I show it like every video, but like explicitly here it is. Parametric EQ2, 30 by 18K haircut. Just, that's the preset. Just cutting out the top end and low end of like the sounds that human ears can't even hear. Just get it out of here. I don't even know if that's necessary at all. It's just, I've been doing it since the jump. Then mastering 2.4 dB on this multi-band compressor. Take off the limiter, put it up to like 2.8 to 3. I don't know. I've been just keep bumping it up sometimes. I don't know. Mastering 2.4 dB again. Leave the limiter on this time, and then I put it up to like 3 dB nowadays. I'm always changing it. I was saying other stuff a couple months ago, but like experiment, you know, and then just level that shit out. Leave a comment below. Let me know if this was helpful. I'm really happy with the way this came out. So in review, break down your melody into the simplest parts as you can. Get yourself your scale pulled up so you're always using the right notes that you need. Therefore, you don't even need to know music theory, just a bonus to maybe like help. You don't even fucking need to know it. You don't need to know it. Pull up your ghost notes. You know how to build chords, just skip notes and just literally just experiment, and you'll start figuring out patterns and stuff. Experiment, find patterns, throw in those ghost notes, write your chord progressions, get a good chord progression, use those notes from that chord progression, write little simple accenting top lines, kind of transitioning between them, adding in little accenting notes, then maybe adding a little bit more on top of that, maybe just have it on the second half for like added touch, maybe have it everywhere. You know, you decide what you want to do, but I think that's a good way to go about it, a good methodology, a good trick that you can use. Break it down into small manageable pieces and build it up simple piece on top of simple piece on top of simple piece that'll eventually make this grand melodic melody. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more upcoming videos. We're always working to keep improving it, getting better making beats, getting better making these videos. So like, join the party. We're grinding all the time. Like, drop a comment. I'd love to talk. Let me say something about music. Let me know if you found this helpful. Say something about basketball, any sport, video games. Like, let's talk about like anything down there. I want to get to know you guys more. So appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all. It's Music Nick. I'm out. Peace.